With MicroStrategy Python SDK, you can import data from other platforms easily to MicroStrategy. In this demo, we're going to show you how to import Power BI report data to MicroStrategy platform. In order to do this, you need to install Power BI client as well as MicroStrategy for Python SDK. The instruction can be found on the GitHub pages. You also need to have the report ID and group ID for the Power BI report. Also, you need to have access to MicroStrategy environment in order to upload content. So let's run this. We're going to import a package from Power BI. Next, we're going to create an authentication object. The instruction told us to open this page and use this code. So I'm going to copy this code, open this page, and using the code to create an authentication object. So once we finish, we can close this window. We'll have the authentication object to use. So next, we're going to create a report object. In order to create a report object, we need a group ID and a report ID. So we have the two IDs to be used, group ID and report ID. So here, I'm going to use this report I have on my Power BI platform. So here, this is group ID, this is report ID. So let's run this. After running this, you'll have a report object. So to see the report object, you can run the preview, render the report. This is exactly the same report as we see in the Power BI web interface. Next, I'm going to create a data to be imported into MicroStrategy. In order to do this, we need to know the page name and the relation name. So I know the page name. I also know the relation name. So if you look at the list of relation, you can see here, this is the relation name. So I'm going to use this to create a data, to export data. So now we have a data here. And next, we're going to create a Panda frame, data frame using Panda. So here we can use a Panda to read a CSV, and if we run this, you'll see the data preview of the data, and also you can see the data frame. So next, we're going to import this data frame to MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy provides a integration with Jupyter Notebook, so you can easily create a code to do this. So once you install MicroStrategy for Jupyter, you have this button. So click this button, export data from Jupyter to MicroStrategy. We're going to use this data frame. This is data frame we created in the Jupyter Notebook code. So here, we see a preview of the data, and we want the revenue to be metrics. Okay, so now we have a matrix, 3 metrics, and for 3 attributes and 4 metrics. Click next, give a name, save it. I'm going to save it in the public folder, public objects folder. Okay, now I'm going to save this. So once you save this, you can see in the Jupyter Notebook, a super cube is created with its ID, and the super cube name is opportunity analysis. If you want to see the code, you can click this button to see the code, and this code can be reused in your Python automation code. So you can write a Python code to do this. Let's go to a MicroStrategy workstation. So here, if I refresh, you'll see a new cube is created. I'm going to create a dossier using this cube by double click. So now I'm going to add a few attributes to row, and I'm going to add some attributes to column. Now I have a dossier. Let's save it and give it a name. I'm going to save opportunity analysis. We'll save it. Now let's close this. So in dossiers, you see there's a new dossier created. I'm going to open this in library interface, view in library. Here, this is a new dossier we just created. We can add this into library. And this is how you can import Power BI content to MicroStrategy platform. Thank you.